Welcome to Tailgate Update number 52. No, your eyes do not deceive you. It is a full crew tonight. Okay?
For the only time in a while, because we're gonna have a skeleton crew and guests for a minute.
Yeah, we got Caleb, we got Ryan, we've got Julie, of course you got me, Jay Moffitt, always out there trolling is Ajax Allen on Twitter. And we're going to start this week off with what's in top of mind for people, especially in LA and New York. We're going to start with the World Series. Let me throw it to Ryan to give us a little bit of background on what's going on so far.
The World Series has been freaking tremendous in the first two games of the series. The Dodgers lead 2-0 over the New York Yankees. Game 3 is actually tonight as we're recording this. We got Walker Buehler going against Clark Schmidt. Buehler has a 6 ERA in 2 games pitched this postseason, and Schmidt has a 3.86 ERA in 2 games pitched. So should be a good matchup. I just saw something that said Walker Buehler has a .69 ERA in, I think, 2 World Series starts with 17 Ks and 1 walk. So I think that was pre Tommy John Walker Buehler. So let's see what happens tonight. We're back in the Bronx. We'll be there for 3, 4, and 5. A little side note here on the World Series, averaging 14.55 million viewers, which is the best since 2017 when the Dodgers were in the World Series against the cheating Stros that year. So yeah, that's good for baseball. Let's
not one of them.
Let's do a little breakdown of what's happened in the first 2 games of the series, okay? So, as a team, the Dodgers in this series for pitching have posted a 2.37 ERA, 5 earned runs, 6 walks, 20 Ks in 19 innings pitched. The Yankees, on the other hand, 4.58 ERA, 17 and 2/3 innings pitched, 9 earned, 3 walks, 10 Ks. As a team for hitting, this is, oh my goodness. Dodgers are hitting 234 with a 271 on base, 547 slugging, and an 818 OPS, with 3 guys hitting above 300. I know batting average, people are like, oh, batting average, blah. You know, it doesn't matter anymore, but like, kind of does, to me at least. The Yankees, as a team, are hitting 197, 278 on base, 296 slugging, 574 OPS, with 2 guys above 300, which is Chisholm and Soto. Soto's hitting like 429. He's been killing it, man. I mean, goodness gracious. Dodgers have 10 extra base hits. Yankees have 3.
Wow.
I mean, game 1 went down in history as probably the greatest ending to a World Series game ever. Walk-off grand slam. First ever in a World Series game, Freddie Freeman. A lot of people question why they brought in the Mario lookalike with Nestor Cortez. Bases loaded. He hasn't pitched in like, 2 months, Gil?
Something like that. Made me happy, though.
I heard at least a month. Yeah.
He comes in.
The fact it was off of him and his gimmicky little wind-up.
First pitch to Freddie Freeman.
I loved it.
First pitch to Freddie Freeman. Freddie deposits it into right field. Game over. What was it? 6-3 final.
Was that shocking? Was that shocking? It was the first walk-off grand slam in World Series history. I couldn't believe that when I heard that.
Yeah, I mean, baseball has been around for how
long?
Been
a lot of World Series games.
Yeah, there's like
130 years. No, more than that. 140 years. Yeah. 1880s.
This is like the 120th World Series. So like.
Yeah. But I mean, there's been 120. There's only been one guy to ever end one with a homer, and that was Joe Thomas. You know,
see that is
way back.
To me.
I know the fact that it's just like a homer is like happening, 2-3 times a game sometimes, and to end the game, yeah.
I mean,
a walk-off grand slam is crazy.
We got the Mazeroski home run in the '60 World Series against the Yankees. to end it in Game 7. You got Joe Carter ending it in 93 against Philly.
Yeah.
But to have Game 1 end like that with Freddie,
Yeah.
After Otani pops out in foul territory and moves guys up to second and third because Verdugo went out of play with the ball. So then they walk bets to get to Freeman.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That is what I just – did you look at his splits, Freeman's? He's batting like over 600 with people on base against lefties.
Was he really?
The last 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Which, so if you're with the Dodgers, you're probably getting that opportunity quite a bit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Let's jump ahead. Caleb, Ryan, what are you thinking as far as the series? When we come back next weekend, it'll be probably all but over. Who are you giving the edge to?
We got Game 3, 4, 5 tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had Dodgers in 6.
Saturday, Sunday.
I had Dodgers in 6.
I'd buy that.
Okay.
I don't even know if it gets back to LA.
I don't think it's going back to LA.
Doesn't win tonight. If they don't win tonight, it's not going back to LA.
Judge has 6 Ks in the first 2 games. The only 2 guys hitting on the team is Chisholm, Stanton. There's only 2 guys hitting, and if you count Stanton as his damage, but he's not really hitting. He's just doing damage when he does hit. Yeah. It's just Soto and Chisholm right now.
Yeah, and that's very par for the course for Judge. I mean, he's pretty much the Clayton Kershaw of hitters in October. So
that's just mean. That's mean. Kershaw, he's been decent later in his career in postseason games. Come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hitting 199 right now, and he's supposed to be the MVP this year of the AL.
It's supposed to be.
I actually, our good friend of the show, Devin, he actually told me that he saw on, I believe, Instagram, somebody bought a giant bottle of tequila and a sign that said Aaron Judge sucks and sent it to the Yankees table with Soto, Judge, Rizzo. Just paid for it to be sent to their table out of the club.
I wish I had money like that. I wish that I could have anything that would go to a table of people that important.
That's crazy.
Funny money, literally.
It is. I mean, you're out in LA, you got to have some little bit of money, but let's skip ahead though. We got a little more baseball news to talk about here.
Okay.
So the MLB wants to know if Tropicana Field will be playable for opening of the 2025 season by Christmas. Now, Tropicana Field in Tampa was destroyed, completely. Everything on the top was just gone after Hurricane Milton came through earlier this month. So Manfred would like to know by Christmas if it'll be ready and repaired for the opening of the 2025 season.
When is the 2025 season opening?
March, late March.
Late March, early April.
Okay, I thought it was I thought it was in January or something. Maybe that would make sense. But
yeah.
No, Julie, they will have had almost 6 months to take care of this, and somehow it won't get done.
Yeah,
that is just astonishing to me.
The
fact that they called it a week afterward and said that it wouldn't be done is insane to me.
How much? The entire part, the entire top of the freaking stadium was torn off, man. So,
I understand
are they?
We have incredible, resources, do we not?
Absolutely.
Major League Baseball. It's the Tampa Bay Rays. It's just, we're in the year 2025 by then. I'm fairly certain we have constructed things a lot faster than that. Hell, we probably built a whole bridge over a river by then.
Yeah, but I would.
You're overestimating construction.
I would just add one thing, okay? Everything down there was destroyed. The ports that they would normally bring in the steel to build a steel structure, or to rebuild a steel structure, is destroyed. And the government, money, though, you like it or not, the government, you like it or not, they're going to prioritize,
schools,
mass transit, schools, things like that, over a baseball park.
Yeah,
it's not a government entity, though. it's not going to be government funded. The government won't have anything to do with it.
When I
Right.
was in Louisiana during, I forget which one we had to evacuate for.
That
At
was
some point,
Katrina.
Was it
no,
Katrina?
I'm not that old. Jesus fuck, I was there as an adult. Okay, I'm
Okay.
talking about the
I
one that
thought
was
the
you
like
one
were
that
a
hit
child.
Houston?
Sorry.
no. It hit New Orleans pretty hard. People lost their power for like 2 weeks. I forget which one. It was during the pandemic. I think it was 2021.
Oh,
Anyway, there was a lot because we had them year after year, like for knocking
Right.
the powers out, lights out. But this one was even worse. It was the only one we ever evacuated for. At some point, everybody has money, and there's a lack of resources, and everybody needs something. And so, like, although it sounds like if it's coming from different sources and everything, like money matters, but at some point, even when you wouldn't expect it really severely limits because, for example, FEMA or whatever is going to have money and they're going to use some of the construction workers that would have been available. Like you would think, oh, wait, we can just farm them in from another state or something. It's never. The streets are clogged up. There's like I remember there was like loose the wires that have the electricity going through them on the streets are just
Yeah.
like
Electrical
whoop,
wires,
whoop.
transformers, everything is just live
Everything's
wires.
in the road. Shit keeps falling, like trees keeps falling over. Like you can't get gas. That was one thing. There was no gas anywhere. So like good luck trying to get people places. Like it was just like a real for like a way longer than you would think. However, I would imagine that by January, February, you would be able to get some people up in there. So
Even if
And
you
the-
couldn't by then, I mean, I don't know. It seems lazy to me, and it seems very Tampa Bay Rays. So
you would think that also like
just take the damn roof off. You're in Florida. I mean,
when you have
just play
like
without it.
when you have
I mean,
when you
Jesus,
live
what do you
in
need it for?
places that have a lot of hurricanes, you would think that there would be a backup plan as well.
yeah. And the thing is, it's just the roof. The structure itself is there. Like
Right.
nothing happened to it, and it was built to withstand hurricane forces.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the covering that was ripped off,
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like it's just a
and they're
freaking
not.
cover.
They have a new stadium being built anyways. Am I incorrect on that, Caleb?
Sorry, Connor McDavid is out for the rest of the game today.
Oh,
Yeah, will not
Nice.
return. Sorry,
Okay.
what'd you ask me?
I was saying, isn't Tampa building a new stadium?
They keep rumoring it. They need to.
I thought they were. I thought
That's
they
why I
okayed it.
wonder: is this a leverage play?
Could be. Could be.
Where are
Isn't
they going to
Shohei,
play their games? You know,
isn't
Yeah.
something going wrong with Shohei Ohtani's shoulder? Even I know that and I don't watch it.
Oh yeah, he
Something-
had a minor dislocation, but he will play tonight.
Okay, I minorly dislocated my shoulder as well. Like a while ago, and it still pops and stuff. And I did
Yeah.
like physical therapy for months, and I couldn't lift a baby for weeks at least, and it hurt like hell. I did. I can't even imagine going back out there because you hear it all the time to like pop, pop, pop,
Well,
pop.
the good thing about him is all he does is hit, so he doesn't really have to throw and worry about it. So
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
when you
it's
go to
still gonna
swing,
hurt,
it's
yeah.
gonna pop, 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 pop.
possibly yes.
And
You're
I
right.
imagine it'll impact capacity and could impact over time because my shoulder has never been the same.
Well, he has
Good news for
access
him.
to.
He's got $700 million of.
Yeah, but you still can't get range of
PT.
mobility back.
Yeah, I was
Like
going to say,
100%.
since it's the World Series, I'm assuming that if it's the middle of the season, he'd probably sit out at least a week
No,
or 10
no, he
days.
definitely would. But I mean,
At least
this is
two.
all he does all day long. He's just going to be getting ready for the game.
Right.
That's,
I mean,
that's
Freeman-
his sole.
Freeman was dealing with an ankle injury pretty much the entire NLCS. So
I've
And,
had
um,
ankle injuries too. I'm going to tell you that shoulder was a real. It really made life really, really difficult for weeks. Okay,
fortunately,
like that
he
shit
has
hurts like a.
he has the best doctors in the world. So
Yeah, and probably some Toradol shots. I would need them. Shit,
More
I
than
wish I
likely,
had them
yeah.
when it happened.
I was
Uh,
going to say let's move over to another sport right now, to the NBA, which I guess the only reason to bring this up is the fact that literally no one's paying attention to it this year. It
It
seems.
just felt like it went for 100,000 years last year. I feel like we were just there. So
Yeah, I feel like we didn't have an off season for it.
Did
Probably
we?
because the Olympics were here, but like,
Probably.
The
Yeah.
Olympics, yeah, I think really cut it short and everything. And my theory about it is the fact that all the superstars are getting old, and the only new superstars, they're all foreign players. I mean,
That's
Jokic
true.
is probably the best player, and except for the thing about him having ponies in Serbia, he literally just has no personality.
It's
literally.
probably him or Luca, really. And
Well, his
Yeah,
brother fights people, so that's something.
right.
They're a
Him,
passionate family.
Luca, the Greek freak, the best new
yeah,
player in the NBA in 2, 3 years is Wembanyama.
yeah,
French.
yeah, yeah.
So there's not
Yeah.
many, big name stars coming up.
Well, and it doesn't help when you got guys like Joel Embiid that just refuse to play back to
Mm.
back nights. Just
Yeah,
which I mean, the whole league's it's just soft. I mean,
Soft.
I cannot stand
soft.
the league.
Yeah,
Charmin soft.
It's ridiculous. I mean, you got
Softer than a Tootsie Roll fruit cup.
I mean,
people out here really like doing physical labor like every single day for 12 hours a day, and they don't get to just sit out, and they make what, like 60, 70K a year maybe.
I
Don't
mean,
talk
30
about me,
teams
Jay.
and Sharman is not sponsoring one of them. I can't believe this.
That they are missing the boat, aren't they?
They are.
No, we got Wish and stuff like that. I'm just listen, man. All I know is the Lakers are 3-0, and that's a pretty good feling.
Well, I mean, I know
couldn't
that
believe that.
Me either,
LeBron had a triple double. I mean, it was insane.
bro. I don't know. Maybe it's because the league is soft now. You can just go out
Bronny
there.
has rejuvenated him.
He got sent to the G League.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah, a couple days ago, he got sent to the G League.
Oh no.
And life comes at you fast, don't it?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, that's
It's
me.
like
You're
he
probably
gets
wondering how I got here, but
He gets drafted, and all I see on my timeline is Bryce. Is like a Bryce highlights. I'm like, seriously, I was done with the
Bryce.
Bronny stuff. I don't want to hear about
Gosh.
Bryce in some high school gym hitting some stuff. I don't care,
life comes at you fast. If you don't slow down and take a look,
Save
it'll
it,
pass
man.
you by.
Yeah. So anyway, maybe in a couple 3 weeks we'll actually talk about NBA stuff that matters. But right now, it's just all
Yeah, same thing with NHL right
Stuff
now.
you can't even figure out who's who and what's
Yeah.
what.
it's all
Yeah.
kid stuff. So
Well-
let's move over to UFC 308.
Yeah,
I think
so
Julie has some thoughts.
I would just say a lot of body injuries, a lot of body parts really took a hit last. I mean, I feel like it's always violent, but in some way this seemed to be even more of a bloodbath. I could be wrong, but it felt especially violent, and that's coming from a person who loves hockey for that reason solely. So I'm certainly not sensitive about violence, but this one, even for me, I was like, oh my. So we're gonna talk a little bit, but we're gonna talk through clips as I usually do. We're gonna start out with a broken jaw here.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the video.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, that's where
Wait, he broke
it
his jaw by
punching
choking it
yeah.
or punching him? Oh,
By
Oh my
punching him,
God.
yeah. He punched him in the side.
Ugh.
that is
Yeah,
that's
so
a sad day, bad day.
yeah, and this was kind of a lesser game, so I didn't see it. Robert Whitaker were like, but the jaw. And then we had the knee injury that was like fucking, whew. So the thing is he just like falls weird when it's like it's him falling. That's the issue, and I've been there because I dislocated my knee too. See, it's like how he falls. So now for his 40th birthday, he gets a knee injury.
40. Wow.
40 and he's doing that still? Good for him.
Man.
Yeah, really, I'd have more than a knee. And then Max Holloway got knocked out. This is like the main event and shocking, of course. And most of us know Max Holloway. He's a Louisiana homegrown hero for people who lived in the Pelican State, but and also one of the biggest like UFC fighters in general. But anyway, he got knocked out. Yeah, that was a big deal. I can't properly exaggerate how important it was that Topuria was able to come through and knock out the first person ever to KO Max Holloway. So So that's a little bit of fun from UFC 308. Those are my highlights. Broken jaws, popped out knees, and a knockout from one of the best to ever do it.
Well, we thank you for that, Julie. It was beautiful. Beautiful presentation you had there.
Anytime. I'm
Neat.
Awesome. Very good. Very nice. Very
Yeah.
smooth.
If your knees don't hurt and your jaw don't hurt, you didn't watch it. Go back, okay? Try again.
Suppose so. I
Okay.
suppose.
Okay, we're getting ready to roll into the football portion of the podcast, but NCAA,
Oof.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. I'm going to lead with one thought that I had, which I can't even get Google to do what I need it to do for me anymore. But I can't remember the last time that a non-SEC team was number one for 2 straight weeks. It's been a long, long time.
Oh, goodness.
It might have been Oregon.
Yeah, maybe Oregon back in the day,
no.
back in Mariota Day or something, you know?
Dang.
Probably
Long time ago.
No.
That
Probably
was a
Michigan.
callback.
Michigan,
Michigan was number one for a good while last year, weren't they?
they were number one last year.
At the end, though.
They had to be number one for at least 3 weeks, but at the end, I think.
Well, I mean, Georgia lost to Alabama
Yeah.
regular season.
Yeah.
Late.
Maybe
Okay.
Michigan was like top 3.
Yeah, that's
They
what I
had
was
to been
thinking. I was
one.
thinking Georgia kept winning every
when
regular
Georgia
season.
when Georgia lost to Alabama, that was when Michigan took it over and pretty much didn't relinquish it.
Yeah.
Because they were the top seed going into the playoff.
Yeah.
So that would be it. I mean, outside of that, maybe in Ohio State and probably in Oregon. But I bet those didn't last all season. So I think Oregon's the real deal, man.
Georgia,
Watching them up close just beat the piss out of Illinois.
Yeah. And Illinois had been
Illinois
competitive in every game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, talk about 3 ranked wins already. And
yeah,
they out-muscled Michigan. And then Oregon's skill players are just extremely fast and physical. I mean, I was impressed at how just nasty they were at the point of contact.
I was looking up their schedule. Their only close game, they beat Boise State by 3.
Yeah, right, because our hopeful Heisman winner, Ashton Jeanty, probably just went berserk on them, I think.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I think he scored 3 touchdowns against them. So,
wow.
Boise State's not one to mess with either. I think that they might sneak into the playoff.
No. I mean, they're number 15. If they had like if they had like a pedigree like a Penn State or and Alabama,
any power
they'd be
team,
top 8.
really.
Yeah, they'd be top 6 or 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're 15.
They're a lot of fun to watch. So.
Who did Texas lose to?
Texas lost to Georgia. Georgia kicked them around.
Georgia.
I don't understand how Texas drops out of the top 5 with that, though.
But Georgia just dominated. It was 30-15. And it was just a late 8 points that got them to there.
Yeah, it was 23-0 in the first half.
Yeah.
It was never close.
Which is crazy because Texas picked off Carson Beck like 2 series in a row and then did nothing with it. So if they wouldn't have done that, I can't imagine what that game looks like.
Yeah.
But,
it probably looks like something we saw yesterday in Detroit.
And honestly, Vandy about took it to Texas too. Texas only beat them by a touchdown. So
I think it's a field goal. Maybe it's crazy how good Vandy's been.
It is blowing my mind. It was all fun and games when they beat Alabama. I was like, ha ha ha, Vandy's gonna now fall off the face of the earth again.
Yeah.
Why is Penn State at 3?
They've only lost once, right?
Good.
Penn State
has
7-0.
They've not lost.
They've only beaten one ranked opponent, and that was Illinois.
Okay, but Illinois lost what, 2?
2,
yeah. Ohio State is going to be their next.
But I mean, Illinois lost to the number 1 and number 3 team in the country, so it's not.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah,
So Penn State's
So we got
playing
boat race.
Ohio State this week.
that should be nice.
Oh, this week.
That's our last ranked opponent that they'll be playing for the rest of the season.
So that'll be
As opposed to
that'll be a fun
Miami,
game.
who hasn't played a single ranked opponent all season and probably isn't.
I think Penn State, I'm calling my shot. Penn State's going to beat Ohio State.
Really?
They're way too physical. Yeah,
Alright.
they're big and athletic in the trenches, and Ohio State's just a soft team.
Ohio State just survived last week, right? Barely.
Against a Nebraska team that Indiana just beat the brakes off of.
Throttled them. What was it, 4 or 5 touchdowns?
Yeah.
It was
It
incredible
was
how
56
Indiana
to
beat them.
7.
Okay, 7 touchdowns. Yeah, I remember
That
it was
is-
just a beatdown.
Yeah.
And then Ohio State had to make a stop on the last possession to beat
Mhm.
them.
Yeah, Ohio State beat Nebraska's 21-17 last week.
Okay.
And
Which, I mean, hey,
Ohio
like,
State,
you're Nebraska, you're getting up for that game.
Yeah.
yeah, obviously.
But
Ohio State plays Penn State this week, and then their next ranked
Y'all are
opponent.
not letting Ryan say a goddamn thing.
I'm sorry.
Y'all cut him
Indiana.
off worse than y'all do me.
Indiana is their last ranked opponent that'll be playing Ohio State, and this is the 23rd of next month.
I
So-
can see Indiana beating Ohio State potentially. I think that's at home for Indiana too.
I don't know, man.
What a weird world.
Yeah,
Mm.
Oregon's at 8-0 at number 1. I never thought I'd see Oregon at number 1 again in my life.
I was going to say because
They
of
have
the
infinite NIL money.
since
I
I'm near
suppose.
Nashville, I'm going
Just
to talk about the
check over.
fringes. Okay.
The fringes.
Yeah, because it's a Nashville thing. Fringe. Anyway, so that the
Okay.
the teams on the edge, the non-power 4 has to get one team in, and right now it's kind of between Boise State and amazingly Army, okay, and 2 other teams with sort of an outside chance to get in, which is Tulane and Memphis.
It's top 14, right? Or top 12?
Top 12.
Top 12, right, and non-power 4 guaranteed to get one in. Boise State, they've still got San Diego State to go. They've got to play San Jose. They've got 3 or 4 conference games they could stumble once. They've already lost one. 2 losses probably won't get in. Tulane, if Tulane beats Army, and then Memphis beats Tulane. That's literally about the only way. Because remember the weird thing, Army-Navy has to come at the end of the year.
Yes.
Mhm.
After the conference championship game. didn't it?
Right. It's so weird. The conference championship
very
game
weird.
could be Army-Navy, and then the next week could be Army-Navy.
That'd be slick. Well, I'm gonna call it. I think Boise State gets in. Even I think they'll just get in. I don't think that they're gonna be the G5 like candidate. I think it's gonna be another team you described, and then Boise State's just gonna get in just organically. I think they'll be ranked high enough.
It could happen. They could be 10-2 or something. If they lose to another good team.
They could pull a Liberty and lose to a Kennesaw State that hadn't won a game all year, and as an FCS, Liberty's undefeated FBS program with pretty much the playoff right there in front of them to take.
Yeah.
And they just tripped over themselves.
Yeah.
So it's a good lesson for a Boise State or a Memphis or whoever. It's going to be fun. It's going to be this 12 team is going to keep a lot of fan bases engaged and keep the conversation going. So I'm excited.
Right. That's true.
Maybe your Memphis Tigers sneak in.
Man, we need a lot of luck. Notre Dame did their part to beat the brakes off of Navy. So that was one of the things they needed to happen. Because at the end of the year,
I was drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit with Navy. I was like, oh,
I know. I was shocked. I thought that they would beat them, but I mean, they literally
oh
creamed
my
them.
goodness.
I'm
It
being
was so
mauled over
funny.
here. Oh my god.
Okay. Well, I think we've about got into the main part of our show today, which will be switching over to Julie to talk to us about some actual NFL
Some more violence is probably a good place to start.
professional violence. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that what UFC is?
Yeah, it is
Professional violence?
Yes. Some more professional violence. Okay, so hold on. Denzel Ward has a concussion from the Cleveland Browns. He's Jordan Love in his freaking groin. Uh, and that seems to be like bad, but not that bad, but
The
kind of
interception
bad.
leader?
What?
The interception leader?
Yep.
J Love?
It's because of his groin. Stephon Diggs has the whole knee thing.
Oh, my fantasy team's dying over that one.
Yeah. Y'all, I probably shouldn't bring up again his little scandal with Cardi B. Anyway.
You just did.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. You know, they really have a great way of having so many irrelevant people. Okay, Drake May has a concussion. Chris Olave has a concussion. Marshawn Lattimore has a hamstring, and as a defense, anybody who knows the New Orleans Saints knows he's like critical for the defense. CJ Mosley's neck is a problem. Yeah. Darius Slay has a groin injury like Jordan Love. The San Francisco 49ers are beat up. They've had Deebo Samuel play again and he got a rib injury on top of the pneumonia he's still battling.
Wait. Debo got a rib injury last night?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pair that with some pneumonia. That they made him play through. Anyways, I'm not gonna recap last week's mess. Jordan Mason has a shoulder issue. Christian McCaffrey, of course, is elderly and has an Achilles.
He's making his way back.
What?
They said he's going to be making his way back. Hopefully,
for however long until it snaps again.
They said his practice window could open the 4th. So
cool. He'll be there for 2 weeks, and then he got done. DK Metcalf has a knee issue. Sterling Shepard has a hamstring problem in Tampa. That's what we got for now. Jaden played through a rib injury, which looked painful at best. But that's all the violence for today.
Did we cover the Chris Godwin?
That happened in between.
Yeah. So
he's out for the rest of the. Is Mike Evans back at it?
No, he's going to be out for at least 3 weeks. They said, I think.
Yeah, these were only week 8 injuries, not like all injuries in the entire league. That would take longer than we have for a podcast.
Godwin did that dislocated ankle, I believe.
Something. Didn't he break something?
That was his knee again.
I heard he dislocated his ankle, and he's gonna be out for the rest of the year because of it.
Who broke another leg? Wasn't there another broken leg?
Aiden Hutchinson broke his leg last week.
Yeah, but wasn't there another one after him?
I don't believe so.
There was another leg cast.
Week?
Oh, maybe it was DK Metcalf with the knee stabilizing that looked like the same kind of cast that they used for the broken legs. Look, when I see that big old cast on your leg, it makes me think something's broken, but...
Of course.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about... Because what would I do without illustrations? Let's talk about this vision here. We're talking...
okay.
All right. Well, it's been good. We'll see you guys later.
What?
20%
of sales to Best Buddies.
What?
Oh, Caleb's butt hurt from last night, which is totally understandable.
Oh, maybe.
I'm not butt hurt. They completely destroyed my soul.
Yeah, you're deeply wounded.
Maybe if your defensive back wasn't trying to taunt the Washington crowd.
Oh, speaking of taunting.
Maybe if my coach would coach to guard the sidelines on the play before, not give up 15 free yards to allow a Hail Mary to happen.
Or maybe you don't hand the ball off to a backup offensive lineman.
Or maybe they prepared during the bye week instead of doing nothing and then not looking like the offense has ever played a game of football in their life.
Yeah,
That
Caleb
also
looked pretty
they
bad last
made
week.
one of the
Last
worst.
night.
They made one of the worst defenses look like the '85 Bears. I
Well,
mean, just truly
yeah.
atrocious. Anyway, I digress. That's it. That's about all I can unpack at the moment.
That's
Okay.
probably more than enough.
Good job.
We all saw it.
Thank you. Working through it.
All I'll say is that Hail Marys rarely work, so that one shocked the hell out of me. You know what I mean? Like they usually don't work.
They don't work normally because they're usually defended properly.
Yeah, and also because it's just really ridiculous. Most of the time the throw is like way off aim wise. But this time, like he was pretty well in the area, the appropriate area.
Perfectly short is what it was.
Not very often you see a tip drill in the Hail Mary. Baker completed a Hail Mary on Sunday. He was out of bounds, but Baker completed one.
Yeah, right. But
Baker had he completed it, but he was out of bounds. So
can we just talk about the AFC East here?
Because the Bills
we'll get into that in
Seattle.
a second. Okay. But okay. I'll talk about my trauma since Caleb just brought up his and Jay can bring up his.
Curves down right onto a steel chair.
Yeah, boom. So it was raining, of course, which the Seahawks are used to. However, the center apparently wasn't because the first time he screwed up was when he launched the ball during his snap over Gino's head, and he had to try to bat it down from the sky because it was like projecting to outer space. Then this guy, when we were on the one
steps on Gino,
steps on his foot, and he falls. So, like, I don't want to hear a whole lot about Gino because he was a victim of one of the worst centers of all time.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, like, you can't get stepped on and then have, like, the ball projected into the sky. Like, it was insane. And then, he obviously was feeling some type of way because after he got tackled into a bench 20 yards off of the freaking field, he threw a helmet. I mean, he threw a football at somebody's helmet, which was great. And then our teammates were fighting each other, and McDermott stepped into. He saw his life flash before his eyes as he tried to get in the way of Julian Love, which I would never do. And this man is like McDermott's maybe like, I don't know, 5'9", 5'10". Like Julian Love was towering over him like he was a short king. And like he was Deuce Vaughn out there. And he's like, just calm down. And I'm like, okay, I wouldn't talk to Julian Love that way, but maybe that's what happens when you do post-game chats about 9/11. You feel comfortable going up against other circumstances that are scary. And so so we had Reed and I forget who the other guy is, who were fighting on the sidelines, grabbing each other's face masks and losing their shit because they were mad because the game wasn't going well. So that was great. The
third quarter was not a good quarter for
the
Seattle.
block punt wasn't good. Michael Dixon got his leg torn off, and that was okay, apparently.
As long as contact is made with the ball, it's okay.
So, yeah. So that went really well. It was as dysfunctional as a family holiday. I'm like, we haven't seen teammates fighting each other physically for a while now, so that's definitely a sign that team culture is going well. I am enjoying all the people saying, Pete Carroll, can we have him advise the team and at the sidelines now? Maybe in the position where he was before. But I'm also not a hater of McDonald because he's like 35 and this is his first season, and if we pulled every coach on their first season and made a lot of critiques, I like give him a year or two, okay? So like, although I love Pete Carroll, I don't have like this vendetta against a very young coach. Although Tyler Lockett did say something about how it felt like a military regime or something like that during practices. So I think and he's been there for like 10 years. I think there's some culture issues that they're working out right now that isn't going well, as we saw. But he's like, it's his first year. So I'm like, just leave him alone. In like 10 years, he'll probably have mellowed out a little bit. But anyway, Yeah, so like a literal dumpster fire where I just stopped caring. Like I was emotionally blunted by the end of the first quarter. And yeah. Jay, would you like to talk about your football traumas, please?
Well, I mean, the great thing I have as opposed to Caleb's traumas this week are the fact that I start the game watching it for the pure enjoyment, knowing that the end result is inevitable and that the Titans will get the short end of the stick. It's just how much of an embarrassment it will be, whether it will be a major embarrassment or
Mm,
just an astounding embarrassment. And this was an astounding embarrassment after our quarterback came at the post game conference after last game and said, yeah, we were doing pretty good there for a while, but we ran out of plays I knew how to run. And so it
mm.
just got repetitive. And I was
Huge
like,
problem
are you
there.
supposed to say that out loud at the press conference? And
No.
that's something you reserve to not tell the other team, you know what? I'm not only the backup, I know hardly any of the playbook. The Titans were so stupid they had Levis running most of the first team snaps last week, even though they were pretty sure he wasn't going to play. Uh, and then they get him out there and he's like, he knows like half the
Oh,
wristband. It was
how
very
very
embarrassing.
how very titan of them.
Yeah, I mean,
My
he did
goodness.
his Will Levis memorial toss to an opposing player straight down the sideline. Got that out of the way early.
Good.
So
Got to make sure you get
So
all your steps.
he,
here's my thing.
yeah, go
You
ahead.
guys traded Ernest Jones
Yeah,
after
absolutely.
you got him before the season started, just before the season started. You got Ernest
Right.
Jones, probably top 15 middle linebacker in the league.
Our
And
third
his
best defensive player. Yes.
yeah, why on earth would you trade him?
Why are we trading these players for fourth and fifth round draft picks
And
when
then
we're paying them top dollar?
you head into Detroit. You went off to a track meet with him. You were steady. What was it, 14-0 or 14-14
14-14, yeah.
after the first? You allowed them to score 38 unanswered points while Jared Goff threw 85 yards on 15 attempts
That
with
is
three
a mind
touchdowns.
blowing stat. I can't believe that stat.
Well, the other part is the fact that we out we outgained them by 200 yards. We had 400 something yards and they had like 240 or something. We
Yeah,
doubled them pretty much.
and 111 came from Jameer Gibbs on the ground.
Yeah,
They had a 90-yard punt return for a touchdown.
right.
I think that was Khalif Raymond did that.
Yeah.
They also
Um,
had a run back off of a kickoff down to our 15.
yeah, a 72-yard kick return.
This sounds like the Seahawks.
Interception at
Goff,
their own 20.
Kirby Joseph, pretty much had a telepathic, huh?
Former Illini, Kirby Joseph.
Kirby Joseph pretty much had a telepathic connection with Mason Rudolph and started running, jumping the route before Rudolph even wound up to throw it. So that just, I couldn't believe that the Titans put that effort into the second through the fourth quarter.
It
was
After
impressive.
it was impressively disturbing, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
like I
it's
was.
it's the 85 yards for me.
Well, the most disturbing things are the Titans front office is so known for ineptitude at this point
Yeah.
that after this year, I've seen mock drafts having them drafting third or fourth and drafting a wide receiver
Uh,
with Shadur Sanders out there, with just all these different great players out there at quarterback. Pick the fourth or fifth best quarterback. It doesn't matter. You don't need another wide receiver
you know what,
to
man?
trade halfway through the year.
You know what, man? You mentioned Sanders. I'd kind of avoid him with a franchise pick, so to speak. He's playing at Colorado. I don't buy it. That's just me.
He's
Like,
got character issues.
yeah,
He
Me
he
too.
constantly throws his teammates under the bus.
Yeah.
That's all he does in post game press conferences.
I mean,
He's the first one to blame everybody else.
yeah.
That's a
I
problem.
wouldn't draft him. He plays for Colorado. I don't think he's proven himself.
Because this is really off
Against,
topic.
but
So,
anyways,
um,
yeah.
well, we've covered some trauma, so that's good. Let's something I noticed was during the 1 o'clock hour, that a lot of the games were really, really close. Like I was bouncing around watching them, and I was just really impressed by like the majority were 3 points, maybe a touchdown apart. So I thought that
Yes.
that was unusually close and rather exciting. This is
A
just
lot of underdogs won.
yeah, this is pure depression here. 6-2, and the next one is the Dolphins. Good Lord, throw the entire
To be
division
fair,
away.
The funniest
the Dolphins
division.
didn't have a quarterback.
Yeah, and then when he came back with his brain scrambled, he still lost to Kyler Murray, so that's cool.
Kyler Murray won again yesterday, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Toddlers are crafty, or they're crafty.
Tua came back and they still lost, but it was much closer. And something's wrong with Aaron Rodgers, clearly.
Something's wrong with the entire team.
Yeah,
I
but
think that entire franchise should probably just disband.
I think Devontae said something like, "I got to New York and the culture just seemed off."
yeah, and that seems really
No-
fair. And
Oh
because
shit.
who was it? It's one of the teammates. I think it was Jarrett Wilson, whatever his name is.
Garrett?
Yeah, Garrett.
Yeah.
Same. Okay, look, it was the right name. I pronounced.
I got
it a little
you.
different.
I got you.
Okay. He was like Aaron Rodgers apparently gave him a pep talk about keeping his attitude good and always smiling, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Yeah, I agree. That's crazy.
Yeah, and okay, I'm just gonna say when DK Metcalf is trying to calm people down on the sidelines, that's when you know you're in football hell. But anyway, but I was just like, well, Mr. Smiley, then you should probably be on the sidelines looking like the guy from the Viagra commercial, if that's your advice. But anyways,
Smiling Bob?
yeah, he should look like Smiling Bob if he's gonna be like, when things aren't going well, you have to smile. Like, okay, I don't see you doing a lot of grins over there. Go to a silent retreat. Take a week off. Anyway, but something looks
Didn't we
very.
get to Silent Bob? My
Yeah,
God.
I was going to say, Julie, let's go to the
Smiling Bob,
NFC
yeah.
to throw some dirt on those teams' graves.
Okay, but I'm
We
gonna
buried
say
everybody in the AFC, I
we
believe.
have not.
The North is super good, man.
I'm praying that the Steelers, that as we speak, that Russell Wilson is killing it, because he has to do this more than once, obviously, to prove that he's not washed. So in order to do that, he has to keep up his performances. What's his name? Bengals, Joe Burrow looks
Burrow.
like he's
Justin
doing
Timberlake.
what?
Justin Timberlake.
Yes, Justin Timberlake is like Aaron Rodgers. And Jameis Winston loved the effort. I love Jameis Winston after he shamed Dennis Allen in front of everyone.
Yeah, I think Joe Burrow's going to ruin the tour.
I know.
No.
Literally.
Only me.
Do you
I'm
really
the only
think,
one watching DUI press conferences.
No?
you guys think that Watson's done
I hope so.
in Cleveland?
Yeah. For a lot of reasons, I hope so.
I mean, just even his football, like it's horrible. He's
Yeah,
probably
let
one of the
this
worst
be a
quarterbacks in the
lesson
league.
to a lot of people for a lot of reasons.
Very much so.
Yeah, but I'm glad Jameis Winston is cool, so I like to see him out there. Stroud is struggling, which I thought was interesting. It seems to me.
Anthony Richardson's time in Indy might be coming to an end here soon.
You think so?
Yo,
After
y'all see
yesterday,
him? You see him bench himself because he was
he was
quote-unquote
tired.
tired?
He needed a breather.
What in the world, dude?
He literally came out and said, "I was just tired. I did a lot of running around."
Weren't we
Devo's
talking
like-
about weren't we talking about the NBA being soft?
Anthony
Devo's like,
Richardson-
hold my oxygen mask. I'm gonna go out and play with fluid in my lungs, and this guy has to like.
This is during a comeback. They were coming back in the third quarter. And he took a breather.
That is
Look, because he
insane.
knows Daddy Flacco's got it.
Yeah.
Donovan
There's something to
McNabb
that.
ran like 1,500 yards back and forth just to make a first down and still played the next freaking play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So apparently the Colts are reevaluating everything when it comes to Anthony
Everything.
Richardson.
their
Even if
entire
that was
lives.
true, I would have been like, I tweaked something. I had to go.
Right.
Get
I have a
checked
groin
out.
injury like Jordan Love.
There's no way I'm admitting, oh, I was tired. I needed a play or two. No shot.
No.
He might think he's getting brownie points with Ursay. He might be thinking he's getting brownie points with Ursay.
Yes. Let me see here.
I was going to say, just to remind you, my surprise team of this year was the Denver Broncos.
You're not wrong.
Look at Jay out here pulling up receipts.
we should probably talk about the Broncos in a bit too, because there's a little something. There's a little something we got to talk about.
Okay, let's do it.
Unreal.
Do you want to talk about it now?
Yeah, because we need to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs or the Jags or the Titans. No.
So apparently J.C. Horn confronted Sean Payton post-game on the field about running up the score. Okay, so that's pretty soft. Yeah, literally, stop me. Because apparently Payton called a fake field goal on a 60-yard attempt and was also passing with a wide receiver. Payton said he was just trying to finish the game and run out the clock, according to Jeff Legwold on ESPN.com. So
maybe I'm missing it. What's the problem here? Okay.
He was that the unspoken rules?
Yeah. If you're up this much, don't do this. Like, no, stop me.
That's what he's. Dude, you're directly, like, he can directly affect what the Broncos are doing, right? He plays defense. Am I right? Corner.
And so Sean even said in his presser this morning that he's been a part of games where he's up 28-0 or 28 points and lose still. So, you know,
shit.
Why don't we leave the head coaching to the head coaches?
And he finished it. He finished it with saying, "Stop me."
Hey, I have issues with Peyton, but those are not those.
Perfect.
So
don't be such a puss. Don't be a Sal. Don't be a Sally.
So it seems like an odd selection to. That's the thing you have a problem with.
Yeah. We're still on the AFC West, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we all saw Bradley Bosman level Nathan Shepard yesterday.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh my gosh.
It actually got praise from Harbaugh and his teammates.
As it should.
As it should, yeah.
As it should.
Absolutely.
Even if it gets flagged. Did it get flagged?
I think there was multiple flags for unnecessary roughness.
That should never get flagged. 2, who gives a care? Like, who cares?
Or no, I think it was offsetting because one was roughing the passer and one was
it
unnecessary roughness. But
perfect.
It was dirty as hell.
It was.
You can't tell me he doesn't know Herbert doesn't have the ball.
He does. Wait,
this dude was trying to gator roll Herbert's leg off.
Yeah, you can't do that. Regardless.
Like Herbert would have a nub right now if he was.
I really
it's
love
the Tom
that.
Brady rule. You can't hit the low like that. You know.
Yeah.
So Bush League, man.
That's a scrub, and he's definitely on the shit list as in terms of dirty players.
Oh, it's Football Monday, and it's during the podcast, and my grandma calls. She has a knack for the worst times. Okay.
The nerve.
Can we talk about Trevor Lawrence and just how
underrated he is?
Under or over?
I'm not really
I think
sure
he's under at this point.
I think he's atrocious.
He's not that terrible.
That's crazy.
For what he's billed to be.
Okay, but his team around him is kind of dookie.
How long
I don't really have a bone in this fight, but I did think it was interesting. They were pretty close to winning against the Packers, which was a nice surprise.
Yeah, but the Bears beat the crap out of them. I mean, I don't know.
Let's be real here, Caleb. Jacksonville should probably have at least 2 more wins this year.
We can do it all day with just about any quarterback, though. I mean, we
I
could
get
do that
it.
with Stafford.
I get it. I mean, huh?
So we could do that with Stafford in Detroit.
I'm aware.
We could do it with Justin Fields in Chicago.
All I'm saying, Trevor literally threw for 308 yards and 2 touchdowns yesterday with a pick. And he has 4 interceptions on the year with 11 touchdowns. And he's top 10 in passing yards. I mean, his defense is garbage.
I'm not buying him.
I'm not saying he's supposed to be MVP level. I'm just saying, like,
It would be interesting to see what he would do on a good team.
yeah, if he had better team around
I
him,
would
I feel
reserve
like
my judgment until then because I'm not sure.
he's not
Well, it's a
entirely
Jag, so
garbage.
that's probably not going to happen until he leaves, which isn't going to be for 5 years now because he just signed a contract.
Listen, he was drafted in a quarterback class, as usual, that was not particularly strong. Of course, he's going to be the number one pick. He is a middle to like third tier quarterback, in my opinion. He's not that MVP number one level pick.
Which is fine, but I'm telling you, he ain't generational like I've been hearing for the past 7 years.
No, he's not. He's serviceable and he does his job well. He takes care of the ball in certain situations. He's just on a bad team. I shouldn't say bad. He's just on a team that's not built well.
Okay.
And they're missing their running back. So,
Julie, is it time for us to talk about the Cowboys yet?
Oh, dear God, do we have to?
Time.
Oh, this is my favorite part of the program.
Dak Prescott's not worth his contract. There we go.
Shocker.
I love seeing the aging Jerry Jones looking like he's going to cry on the sidelines.
It was unreal.
Rough.
I mean, we could say the Cowboys are a car wreck, but I mean, literally the Jones family got into a car wreck.
I know. We had to talk about it like anybody cares. During the game, I mean. And I think Dalvin Cook had the most like enthusiasm on this entire team.
Well, he just got there.
Playing in 3 years.
So. Yeah, I know he hasn't played and he's been used and abused by the league. I get that, but I'm saying that like I think he brought a fire that at least made them try, and I feel like that's been unusual, and so it looked even worse when they lost because they actually tried this week, I think.
Do you all remember that conversation we had a few weeks ago about like essentially nobody on the Cowboys can do anything meaningful in a meaningful moment?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just another example. Where it's like, if they're playing I don't know, name a team, the Jaguars this week, they probably would have beat the brakes off them if it was a noon o'clock game.
I don't think so.
They're front runners. I mean, like they get ahead of the Giants by 2 or 3 touchdowns, and they beat them by like 40 points. They get in a close game like this one, and then San Francisco. I mean, it looked like they could do no wrong in the second half. I've been watching San Francisco stumble for like a month,
and I've been loving it.
Yeah,
they made everybody look good.
Everybody's good on their team.
Yeah,
no CMC. Like a Debo that's probably at like 10% right now.
All right, I don't. You know what? Yes, when CMC's there, that offense is humming. But Mason has been a serviceable backup to CMC.
100%. Yeah, but now his knee, his shoulder, so he has.
San Francisco breeds running backs in that system under Shanahan.
Yeah, I mean, any of us would probably rush for like a yard in that system. So
okay.
I mean,
I'm not going to live to make it off the field, but yeah.
That's how good it is. You know?
Once I get past the line of scrimmage, I'm probably not going to be happy when I see Fred Warner, but after that, I'll be all right.
Okay.
But it's San Francisco. They're going to be all right, unfortunately for us.
The Cowboys are, it's humiliating.
The problem is the NFC is much stronger this year than usual. They've got a lot of good mid teams. You know, the Packers are decent. Minnesota's got a good record. I mean,
Atlanta is looking pretty good this year, to be honest, on offense at least.
Atlanta, Tampa Bay. I mean, literally, the Dallas will have to beat out about 3, 4, 5 teams just to sneak into a wild card this year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Honestly, that's a great thing about the West this year. It's so wide open. You know, San Francisco's beat up. It allows that top spot to be, kind of open in a sense, because I don't think Arizona's going to hold on to it. I think Arizona is good enough to stay with beat up teams such as Seattle and San Francisco and LA. I don't think if all 3 of those teams were like super duper healthy this year, I don't think Arizona's in first place.
No,
I think they're bottom.
It's strange.
I think that with the potential of Washington running away with that division, the NFC North, every team is above 500. NFC West, the Niners are going to get it together. The Rams look like they might be on their way too. The NFC South, though inconsistent, Tampa Bay and Atlanta can beat anybody any week.
I think Tampa missing Godwin
It's-
and Evans is going to be a killer.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but
And
if
we
they
saw
get
it-
back,
It's going to kind of creep away now.
And we
but
saw
if they get
that
it back,
on
I'm
Sunday.
saying, though, I mean, Dallas is going to have to win 11 games probably in order to get in the playoffs this year without winning the division.
And they're not going to.
It's not going to
I
happen.
don't know. No,
I think they're a 9-win team this year.
that
And I'm
sounds
not
about
trying
right.
I'm not trying to glory in because I like the Bears. I do. And I like Caleb Williams. But I'm really excited by what's happening in Washington. Like
No,
as a whole.
Any other week, I'd be tickled to death.
Yeah, like I objectively speaking, I'm really excited to like see where the team goes, independent of any one game. Like talk
Man,
about
no.
what like a sleeper team nobody was expecting that's coming out to like they're amazing. And it's like the come up that we all need in our hearts.
Sit down.
Yeah. Cliff Kingsbury is a very good offense coordinator. Terrible
Yeah.
head coach, very good offense coordinator.
And plus, the thing is, in this country, there's so much Eagles hate and so much Cowboys hate. People will take anything in that division besides those two good teams.
Oh, I forgot about the Eagles too. The Eagles are starting to turn around. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, they beat Cincy pretty convincingly.
Bro, Cincy is not the same
I
as
know
like
they're
2 years
not.
ago.
I know they're not, but still.
They have never been world beaters, in my opinion. They just had a super good offense that could hang with anybody.
Yeah.
And now that offense has gone away.
Well,
They were a 1.5 year wonder, in my opinion. And I think Burrow's injuries are starting to catch up to him.
just saying, they went into Cincy and beat them by 20.
It's bro.
Winning
Ryan,
on the
Burrow-
road is hard. Winning on the road anywhere is hard.
I get it, but Joe Burrow's too
3
focused
touchdowns.
on his next album. He's
Right.
Mom's
he's
spaghetti.
remastering coming out the closet with this, clean out the
Mom
closet.
spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti and all that stuff.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I mean, you're just killing me with the band names. 1.5 year wonder. I mean, seriously, it's a cross between Nirvana and Oasis.
Nice.
Nirvana and Oasis, man.
As much as I despise Detroit right now, I'm very happy with what's going on there.
I love Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I love them. I love Dan Campbell.
I did accept
Happy for Jared
yesterday.
Goff.
I think we've all like America as a whole has wanted them to win for like to go all the way for a while now.
It's America's team.
Man,
Yeah,
they
it literally
drafted
is.
they drafted Stafford to be, the guy, and all it took was them to trade him for the farm. He saved that franchise.
Yeah.
Nobody
if they
cares
wouldn't,
that
I-
much about Stafford and his little wife
Sometimes-
Kelly.
I wish I could see what the team was like
With him.
with Stafford.
Yeah.
If it would work the same. I don't know if it would or not. Maybe Goff just really works well with Ben Johnson and that what's going on, but Stafford's a better quarterback than Goff is.
Yeah.
But see, the wonderful thing about golf is if golf could go to the Super Bowl and win it, to have two guys that were trade for each other, each win a Super Bowl, that'd be amazing.
A win-win.
You know what?
Literally.
I feel like if Campbell wasn't so aggressive, they would have went to the Super Bowl last year, and I think they would have won it.
If they would
It looks good when it works,
Yeah, if they didn't go for it,
stuff. Yeah.
they didn't go
Oh,
on fourth down, and if
You know
Reynolds
what?
could catch the ball, it'd be all right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Jay. If they were ultra conservative and then blew it anyway, he'd be getting crushed for that. So
Well,
They say
You
he
look
went
dumb if you
outside
lose.
his personality. That's what they'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
you got to do what it takes to win.
The Green Bay Packers are annoying me to no end. Literally
Irritating as always.
Hey, you know what's funny is they're better with Malik Willis than they are with Jordan Love. And Jordan Love's missed 2 games and he still leads the league in interceptions. So
You mean the guy we traded for a 7th round pick?
Yeah.
When I
7th round.
some
heard
situations
what went down,
matter.
man, I was like, "There's no way Willis is keeping the team afloat." And it turns out the defense was like really good this year.
He's done very serviceable. I mean, he's just
Yeah, I saw he threw a nice dot yesterday.
to
Very nice.
put them in field goal range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
The Vikings, Sam Darnold,
Oh,
the face mask call heard around the country.
He's still
Even
looking for a
my
sec.
boyfriend didn't even see it, and he's like, "Oh Lord!" And we got the call that everybody's gonna complain about the refs about for the year, which is
But
fair.
I agree with the call, but you gotta remember the context of it. It's like they would still had to go 98 yards.
Yeah,
They
it would have been
would've.
unlikely,
Yeah.
but it just looked like
They
bullshit.
would've.
And also, it wasn't the only call. It was like they were up the Rams' butthole, like they were the Chiefs or something.
Well, 90% of the money was on the Vikings, so it does make you wonder sometimes.
You literally would have thought that they
Alright,
were
listen.
the Chiefs.
they missed a face mask call that would have ended the game earlier when the Rams were driving before the 2-minute warning.
Don't even point out the one time because we saw all the thousands of times that they got it. They were the Chiefs.
They missed a hold. Braden Fisk is being held in the end zone. That's a safety.
Let me see. You're remembering a revisionist thing where the Rams somehow were the victims.
I'm just
and they
saying
were the one
this face mask missed call did not cost Minnesota the game.
That was one that felt like a crescendo to numerous others throughout the game. It felt like, oh God, again? How much are they paying him? It was, and then like, what's his name? Dapped up one of the refs at the end. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
That never looks good. I mean, it
No.
wasn't that call. That just
Stafford
never
was
looks
like, hey,
good.
bro, thanks. Like, little fisty action at the end. I'm like, yeah, that's in, yep, hi, Chiefs. You changed color and uniform this week, was my vibe.
Julie, are we going to look forward to like the Thursday night game?
Hold on.
What is on Thursday night?
We discussed most of these players. The Saints are awful.
Was it?
And you know, the NFC West is probably the most neck and neck, huh?
Wide open right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think it's the most wide open division in the league, to be honest.
I can't make heads or tails of any of the teams.
Arizona comes and goes.
I don't.
Seattle's the same
Arizona
way.
At least I like
It's
Seattle.
literally, yeah.
Maybe LA might be getting it together. Like I said, San Fran they have the pedigree recently.
You got Puka and Cooper coming back, man. That's going to be great. And the offensive line's going to be getting healthy soon, too. So,
Kittle gets back and stronger.
yeah.
Texans Jets on Thursday.
CMC coming back is going to be huge for San Francisco, but who knows how long he's going to stay on the field.
Is he coming back?
November 4th, they're eyeing, depending on this week, to be his practice window opening coming off IR.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'll have 21 days to be activated to the roster. So
y'all got like 2 or 3 weeks to like just win.
Yeah, but then he's only going to be here for like a week or two, and then it's going to be going again. So
We-
not
we
too
have-
much of a worry.
we have to hope that San Francisco goes on like a 4-game skid before then.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's going to come in there and be a powerhouse. Unless he plans on playing with no ACL at all, which they did used to do in the old days. But anyway, the Jets and the Strouds, it sounds like it's going to be kind of. I wish they would stop doing the Jets in primetime because it's hard to see a washed up Aaron Rodgers this many times.
Weren't the
The
Jets on
Jets-
Thursday night already?
Check this out. The Jets are 2-point favorites.
Over Houston?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. That's like mind-boggling to me.
Well, I say the stats are wrong and the Strouds are going to take it, obviously.
It just
think
seems
so,
wrong.
too. They do miss Nico Collins, you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, is Tank Dell back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He scored this past week, so I mean he's waking up maybe, hopefully. But Diggs, I don't know how long he's out.
Yeah, my fantasy
might be
team's gonna be crippled.
Did he tear his ACL? Did they say anything about him today?
It was non-contact, so usually when it's non-contact, it's usually ACL or MCL.
Yeah.
Freaking turf, man.
Oh, see, FanDuel has these guys FanDuel has the Texans at 2-point favorites now, so I don't know what ESPN's looking at.
Maybe they just put the wrong team in.
That's possible.
Oh, what else we got left here, knuckleheads?
That's pretty much it, I think.
Amen, brother.
That's why I was asking about. We were looking maybe to get some thoughts on
Ooh.
Thursday night before we wrap.
Uh,
And also we can talk about some other prime times because Thursday is going to be rather disappointing.
First place is up for grabs in the NFC West if Arizona loses.
Colts and Vikings on Sunday Night Football, which I could probably do without, but Buccaneers and Chiefs, probably that could be.
I think that's
Ooh.
where the Chiefs finally fall.
Oh my God, I would love any team, even the 49ers, to beat the Chiefs. I don't care who it is. At this point, it's like, the Dead or Alive posters that they used to do for like back in the 1800s for like pirates and stuff. Like literally anybody in any condition, if you
A
can make
wanted poster?
what?
You want somebody to create a wanted poster?
No, I'm just saying any condition that they come, whoever does it, I don't care. Just somebody go out and get them, please. Okay. Like
Lions, did y'all say Lions Packers?
no,
Ooh,
well
that'd
that's
be
at
nice.
425, but
That'd be
Patriots
nice.
Titans. That might be a barn burner.
Hey,
right
that's
there.
the loser bowl.
Why
That's
do
the
I always
toilet-
get attacked
That's
on
the
my
toilet
cat?
bowl.
That's a lot. Ooh, Panthers Saints, even better.
yeah, the Saints
Bears
might win
Cardinals? Oh boy.
one. Woo.
Man,
Bears and Cardinals are going to
yeah.
be a barn burner, man. Oof.
Bears are gonna lose. I'm calling it.
Oh, yeah. Toddlers are tough, man.
They are. They're a lot to handle sometimes. They're a handful.
Detroit and the Green Bay. Oof.
Big game Sunday. All right. Well, I need to go see Russell Wilson do his thing. All right. So I think that's everything for this week. Enjoy Caleb and Jay's face because they won't be here for a little while because life keeps lifing. We will be having some guests and all that good stuff. But
Travelers.
what?
They're world travelers.
Yes, very important travel for very important personal reasons, and so we will be thrilled to have them back when they are back. But we also understand that wanderlust is an issue. So they have to see the whole. They have to get their passport cards full. So we will enjoy them when they come back. But and so you'll be tired of me and Ryan in no time. I already am tired of both of us.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of both
Wow.
of us. Yes, I am saying I'm tired of myself too. All right, and so then we will be back though with some special guests that y'all haven't seen in a minute, so that'll be really fun. And then we'll have the crew back before we even know it. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. Oh my. So make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, ding, so you always get a notification when we're dropping another banger like we do. And we're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. So give us something to celebrate over the holidays, okay? Hit that subscription bell because once we've made it to 1,000, we've really made it in life, right? Okay, like that's not
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's it.
Even my cat feels this way.
That's our goal. 1,000 before Christmas. So do your jobs, people.
1,000 before
Yeah.
Christmas, yeah.
Santa Claus is gonna get it. He's gonna get an early gift. He doesn't have to come to our chimneys if you just give us 1,000. So we will see everyone next week. And yep. All right.
Way to close out, Julie. Yeah, wow. Way to close it out.
Doopy's about to bite me again, and I can't handle it.
So, yep. Anyways, watch, like, subscribe. Love y'all.
Oh God.
Thank you.
Peace out.